So today we have a really great tutorial. It's how to create ad interest lists on Facebook. And for those of you that don't know, Facebook recently, as in today, added a feature called ad interests. And what this does is you now have the ability to add people, pages, and groups to lists on Facebook that others can subscribe to. To access ad interest on Facebook, simply visit the following link. And what you're going to see here are a lot of different categories. For example, you'll see arts, entertainment, fashion, technology, etc. And these are lists that other people have created that you can subscribe to. So let's get started with showing you how ad interest works, how you can put it to use on your Facebook profile and your Facebook page, and how you can actually go in and continue adding things you like that you want to share with other people. So let's start off with an example. On the left-hand side of my Facebook profile, I have a section called Interests, and I have gone ahead and created an interest called Social Media. And within this interest, I've added pages, people, and groups that are talking about this particular topic. And the benefit to doing this is that now it gives me the ability to kind of categorize the interests that I have and to easily be able to sort through them on Facebook. So let's say I want to add some additional interests to the social media list. As you can see here, I can type in different interests that I have, and Facebook's going to actually search their database and show me different pages and people and groups. And all I have to do is click on them, or I can click the add button under their suggestions, and these are going to get added to my social media list. Now, the other thing I want to mention is lists are essentially a separate news feed on a particular topic. So now that we've actually created a list and we've populated with some content, wanted to go back to that interests section that I talked about earlier. As you can see here, I have 4 different interests that are there, and what I can do is, if I want to make these more accessible, I can click the pencil icon to the left and then select the option that says Add to Favorites. And what this is going to do is it's going to actually move my list to the top of the sidebar on my Facebook profile. As you can see here, I now have a social media list here, and I can drag and rearrange this. One thing to note, you cannot move your list above the news feed. So the news feed is basically all of your content, and then you have set up different lists that you can cycle through simply by clicking on them. As you can see here, I have my Facebook news feed, and then I can go through and sort by any of my favorites that I've set up. If you want to take an interest and move it to the top, again, you can go down to the bottom, click the pencil icon, and then move those additional lists higher up on the sidebar. This way, they're right at your fingertips. Let's delve a little deeper into a Facebook list that we have created. As you can see, you have the same capabilities, liking, commenting, and sharing content as you did before. However, it's now a lot more organized. And there's a neat feature. There's the share button on each list that you create that gives you the ability to share content with your Facebook profile friends. But there's one neat little thing about this, and this is what gets me really excited. And that's the fact that when you share content from a Facebook list, there's the drop-down menu on the right-hand side that gives you the ability to customize which list. For example, you might have a business list, or you might have a family list that you share that content with. However, on the left-hand side, there's the ability to not just share this on your timeline, but you can also share this with groups, and you can share it on a specific page. So let's select the Share on Page option. As you can see here, it now gives me a drop down of all these different Facebook pages that I'm an admin on, and all you have to do is select your page and click Share. So I'm going to head over to that Facebook page that I've just shared that content on and show you what it looks like. as you can see here, you now have the status update and you have a direct link to that list. But if you hover over it, your Facebook fans, in this case, can also subscribe to this list. And by subscribing to a list, this means your friends are now going to be able to see this content. A few other things I did want to mention are that say you want to rename a Facebook list that you've created. To do this, click the drop down on the right hand side and select rename. Enter in your new Facebook list name and click save. It does not change any of the items that you've added to your list. There's also another neat feature under this drop down where you can customize what kinds of updates you receive in your news feed from this particular list. So, for example, if we don't want to see any updates about games or photos, for example, we can go in and just simply uncheck that item. If you want to delete your list, you can also do that from the same menu. Now that we know how to use the add interest feature on Facebook, let's show you how to create your own. To do this, go to facebook.com/add list. And what you're going to see here is, again, that initial screen that we showed you at the beginning. But we're going to click on the button that says create list. And it's going to bring up a pop-up window where you can go in and you can browse through different categories on the left-hand side and select them on the right. However, if you want to look for a specific page, person, or group, enter that information into the search box. And what you're going to do then is just simply click on an item that you want to add to that list. So here we have a couple of musicians. We've got Tupac and Weird Al Yankovic. Once you're finished, click Next. And here we give our list a name and we can set the privacy of this. So we can set if we want this list to be entirely public to people, if we want friends to see it, or we want it to be totally public. So we've just created our first list titled Music. And as you can see there, it's on the left-hand side, and this is what the music newsfeed essentially is going to show. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to quickly add, about 8 different other musicians to this list. And in literally less than 10, 15 seconds, we've now created a list with 10 interests that we have. So let's quickly talk about why you would want to use this really awesome feature. Well, think about it. As you can see here, I just showed you how to create a list with your interests, the people, the pages, the groups that you like. But at the same time, you can now set up your own interests, which will give you the ability to more effectively manage your newsfeed, and not to mention, it'll make it easier for sharing information on your Facebook profile and across your Facebook page. So there you have it, guys. That's how to use the Add Interest feature on Facebook. Should you have any questions or you need help, feel free to send me a message on my official Facebook page. I'm also including the links to this in the description of this video. As always, thanks for watching.